Hey guys, this is Tony from FreshCap here, and a while ago I posted a picture of this big reishi on Instagram, and we've been getting tons of questions about it, so I thought I'd put together this little video to talk about the big reishi and answer any of the questions that you might have about this huge mushroom. So first of all, what is this thing? Well, as I mentioned before, this is the fruiting body of a reishi mushroom, also known as Ganoderma lucidum. Reishi is one of the most popular and one of the most well-known medicinal mushrooms in the whole world. And as you can see, this mushroom is actually quite shiny, but that doesn't mean it's been painted or lacquered or anything like that. Reishi is naturally kind of shiny like this. In fact, the name Ganoderma comes from Latin, where gano means shiny or bright, and derma means skin, i.e. shiny skin. And another common name for this mushroom, if you find it in the wild, is the varnished conch, because it does have that varnished or polished look to it. So if you found reishi in the wild, it would kind of look shiny just like this. The next question we've been getting is, how much does this thing weigh? And although it looks huge, it's actually not that heavy. This particular specimen weighs about 11.5 pounds. Now keep in mind that's dried, so when this mushroom was fresh, it would likely weigh a lot more. Now reishi doesn't have the same water content as a lot of the other mushrooms do, but still, when this mushroom was fresh, it likely weighed about 50 pounds or more. The next question we've been getting is this a wild mushroom? And if so, why didn't you just leave it where you found it? Well, I didn't grow this mushroom myself, but it was cultivated. It comes from Southeast China, where the climate, the humidity, the warmth is just absolutely perfect for growing reishi mushrooms. And in fact, there's lots of small family farms that grow reishi in these little shade houses or greenhouses. And typically they don't grow them this big. They grow them a lot smaller, maybe the size of a dinner plate. And they'll collect the spores, and they'll also collect the fruiting bodies to be sold as medicinal mushrooms. Now, a lot of people who are interested in growing mushrooms want to know how this particular mushroom was grown, or how they grow it to this size. And to be honest, I don't actually know how they grow this mushroom this big. Like I said, typically reishi mushrooms are grown on logs that are buried underground in shade houses and greenhouses. But I don't know exactly what method was used to grow something this big. I do know that even though it looks like one large fruiting body, it's actually not. It's actually a combination of different fruiting bodies. If you look at the bottom of it, you'll see that there's a number of stems, probably 8 or so, and all of those fruiting bodies come together to make it look like one huge mushroom. I do know that it's common to try and grow these mushrooms this big. When I first saw them, there's a number of them at a market where they're selling all types of dried mushrooms for medicinal purposes or for gourmet use. So again, I don't know the exact method that is used to grow them this big, but I know that it's done on purpose, and I know that it's obviously done by somebody who really knows what they're doing and knows how to grow huge reishi mushrooms. The next question we've been getting is, what are you actually going to do with this? Well, typically what's done with reishi mushrooms is you'll make a tea or a hot water extraction, or some people will make a dual extraction or an alcohol extraction to take out all the non-water soluble compounds and use it for medicinal purposes. But we're definitely not going to be making a tea out of this one. I just think it's such an amazing specimen. I just want to kind of keep it forever. And we've been getting some great suggestions. People have mentioned, we should put it in some sort of a resin and make a table out of it, or add some mechanics and turn it into a clock or something, which would actually be super cool. But I think I'm going to try and keep it as close to this as possible and just simply mount it on the wall so I can look at it every day and just be amazed by mushrooms. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of stuff on growing mushrooms or on mushrooms in general. So if you like that kind of stuff, be sure to subscribe. And again, if you have any questions about mushrooms or about FreshCap in general, just drop them in the comments below and never hesitate to reach out. So thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.